What is up, YouTube? Lightweight Baby here with a new YouTube video. Today, I felt like absolute poo poo. Absolutely not on form, was just like middle of the training, having just one meal in, and being almost folded here by 170 for warm ups. I was like, God damn it, today is not gonna be a good day. But then I remembered what David Goggins told me. He didn't actually tell me something, but I mean, for some of you guys, you might know David Goggins. David Goggins is an ex-Navy SEAL who turned into being an ultra endurance athlete, and he did a bunch of hardcore stuff. But this is not the focus of this. Focus of what I was trying to say is that he created a alter ego in his mind that he called Goggins that would comprise all the shit that he endured throughout his life, throughout his career, and put it in one person and in this ego. And I had to summon my lightweight baby alter ego for this top set to make these 215 look light as hell, boy. They actually were pretty light. Ended up doing, as I said, 5 with 215. I believe that's 474, something like that. They weren't too hard. Here we're getting two perspectives because my girlfriend also decided to film, which is pretty nice. Don't know what is up with the lightning, but yeah, the reps themselves were pretty nice. And as I said, this like creation of alter ego, going into the gym, becoming or becoming a different person and or swapping into a role, into this savage role that you're imagining you to be. Don't care what you imagine yourself to be in that role, but you can think of you being friggin' 260 and jacked and strong as shit. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you are able to tap into that resource and have that available when needed. Also, by the way, this is the second set I'm showing from a buddy who is also prepping for a bodybuilding competition, and he did 160, I believe, already for a single, and then he did 140 for 8. That was freaking impressive. I was generally hyped for him. That was pretty insane how he did that. I mean, he's not training for strength, right? And to see someone in the gym packing 140, or I believe that's 315 pounds or something like that, 310 pounds, something like that, and just wrapping it out for 8 when he's training bodybuilding, that's impressive. Also, he's on a diet, so that's even more impressive. I could not do that on a deficit. Yeah, we're moving on to the back offs. Back offs of pulse squats were 190 for a 4 times 5. A lot of volume, but it's the last week of the block, so I was able to cope with the volume and just barely get the sets done. Why am I pausing the sets? Just to induce more stress in the bottom position and keep myself very tight and not fold under the weight. As you can see, I have a tendency to have the hips shoot up before my legs really press, and that can lead to some forward movement, which in turn would kill my squat. So that's what we tried avoiding. So we're hopping into the next exercise, move to bench, started warming up on bench. After squats, I was feeling a bit dizzy, but bench is a nice exercise. I like it because you just have to lie down and just press something. Pretty easy. The next exercise will be a board press. So I'm not doing normal bench, but instead having a board or the pad, which we will see in a second, coming between me and the bar to reduce the range of motion and also give myself the ability to load more weight on that. So you might recognize that, for example, there are certain powerlifters who have like an insane bridge and they have a very, very, very limited range of motion to their bench press, which also enables them to have a more optimal pressing position and or more strength for the pressing itself, right? So this is the same principle here, being able to load more weight, but also being able to get a lot of volume with high amounts of tension in, or high amounts of load in. Because at the end of the day, what you would probably not be able to do as much volume with the intensity as you would be. There you can see the pad coming on. It's pretty funny to me, but yeah, as you can see, the pad is also not that thick, so it's ish 1.5 fingers, so maybe 1 inch or maybe like 2-3 centimeters of distance that it's gonna cover. But I worked my way down there. So in the beginning, we, for example, had say a dumbbell in between my chest and the bar, or I think we progressed to my girlfriend holding a bottle on my chest. So I would touch the chest on the bottle, and this means like having, say, 15 centimeters less ROM, having 10 centimeters less ROM, and now having just 2 centimeters less ROM. So it's a very, very, yeah, not excessive board press here, because I've progressed quite a lot over the past few weeks, but the effect is still there. And the working sets consisted of 145 kg for 4 times 6, which is a pretty decent volume to be me. I'm really trying to work hard and push for the 200 kg bench this year. And if I can uphold this momentum that I'm currently generating on bench, it will be eventually possible, hopefully. After bench and after re-racking all the weight, we had snatch grip RDLs. So again, why am I doing this exercise? Well, this exercise I put in as a secondary deadlift or a deadlift accessory, because it's not something, obviously, I wouldn't pull like this in competition. Also, it's not allowed to obviously use straps. It would make no sense. But what is it helping me with? First of all, my rhomboids and upper back have to work super hard to keep it straight, to not only keep the upper back straight, but also my lats are engaging and my lower back is engaging to keep my back straight, which is something I need to hammer into my mind, that I need to keep a more neutral or more advantageous position, which is a more neutral position in my case, for my deadlift, since I have such a large or such a long torso in comparison to my overall height. And the lower back is really the anchor point, and if that one breaks, the leverage of the weight being forward just gets too much, and I lose the weight and fall forward and I miss the deadlift. So that was what I was working in these sets, and it really, really helped me, yeah, not only learning and feeling my body, but also improving, I think, my deadlift position at least. And we'll see how much I can push this week in deadlift and sumo deadlifts later on. Maybe I'll film from the side to really show that I won't fold. Moving on to the next exercise, and the last exercise I filmed actually, which were biceps curls. Biceps curls on the cable with a little twist, because at that point I was already in the gym for, let's say, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. I was getting tired and I just wanted to get my work done, so I did MYO reps. So what are MYO reps? MYO reps are, I think, a term coined by a Norwegian sports scientist, I believe. But basically you have the first working set being a set of 15 or 12 to 15 where you get really close to failure. And everything after that, you set a time span of, say, 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 15, where you just try and hit your sets, meaning 3 to 5 reps, again, with the same weight. And I will just let it roll like this, but you can really see that I'm trying to just give myself a little bit of a breather, just to get ready enough for a next set to get 3 to 5 quality reps in without having to breathe like like that. because that won't give me the ability to do quality reps, but being just ready enough and just fatigued enough to do another set, and just always move at that limit of these last 3 to 5 reps that you have in a set, where you really have to squeeze and you really have to push yourself to almost get to failure. And why am I doing this? I could also just do 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps for biceps, but this way I will save myself from the first 12 reps, say, or the first 10 reps, and just focus on these last 3 to 5 reps, because you will never recover fast enough to be as fresh as in the beginning of the set in 5 to 10 seconds. That's impossible. So what you're instead doing is you're resetting yourself every time into the state of being right below failure. And of course, now Buddy came up again. I don't know if he's okay with him. I'm naming him, but he basically said bye. So that was a bit of an interruption, but nonetheless, tried doing the set right away and not lose the blood flow and the pump. And it's actually a great way for me, especially as a powerlifter, especially if I have my exercises distributed all over the entire week, to also get the nice pump in the biceps and only have that one biceps exercise. This is the only biceps exercise I'm doing per week, and that's enough for my purposes. And it gets me to where I want, and that is almost to failure and every set. Now, how many do I do of these? I think on average I'll do 5 to 6 of them post the first set. After the first working set of 15 reps, I'll do like 5, maybe 6 of these MYO sets, where just try and hit 5 reps, and I'll end it whenever I can't do more than 3 or 4. So when I'm failing them. When I start failing them and not being able to get the bar up again, that's where I'll call it, and that's usually where my biceps is also completely exhausted. It's really, really nice also that you can save a lot of time with that. Because say, as I said, I'm in the gym for 3 hours, I'm tired, I did all my compound exercises, my body is tired, I'm exhausted, boom, I'll do some MYO reps, it's 6 sets. How much is it now? Maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes now, the last 4 or 5 minutes that I talked, I did these sets. That's it. You're done with the exercise and you got a lot of work in, a lot of bang for your buck. So yeah, that's something I started implementing throughout the past few weeks, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think I'll just let it run, and then thank you once again for tuning in. I wish you all the love, all the power. Have a good one, guys.